Hi, it's Aaron, the Practical Tech. I'm going to show you GitHub today, and specifically GitHub Desktop and the GitHub website. This is a great tool if you're going to do source control management. So why don't we go ahead and begin. So we'll go ahead and log into github.com. Now, I have already created an account. This is the GitHub landing page, if you will. And on here you can see a few things from the repositories that I've already created. Now I'm going to go ahead and create a new repository for this demo. We're going to go ahead and call it GitHub Demo. And it checks out that there's no other repository with that name. I'm going to keep it in private mode, and I want to initialize this repository with a README. So I'm going to go ahead and create it. It's pretty quick. So there you go. There's the space that I have created this repository called GitHub Demo, and it has that default README in there. All right. So now what I'd like to do is download GitHub Desktop, and you can get it by going to desktop.github.com. What I want to do here is install this. I find this tool is a little bit easier. A lot of people use Git commands from the desktop. I like to use the visual tool because it's just easier for me, but you know, to each his own. So I'm going to go ahead and log into my account, and I'll just go ahead and take care of that right now. And you know, just submit some anonymous usage data, right? So we'll go ahead and choose the repository that I want to clone. So I'm going to choose my GitHub demo repository and pull it down. There we go. Okay, so it's going to clone that down to my desktop. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you where this is stored in my desktop. And this is a default setting where it's pulled down to my documents folder. Anyway, you can kind of see the repository files making a local copy on my desktop. So what I'd like to do now is I'm going to create a dummy website, if you will, or a Hello World website. So I'm going to go ahead and create my repository inside, or create my website inside my repository on my machine. And this is just Dreamweaver stuff, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to name my site my new website. I'll go ahead and save that. Now what I would want to do is I need to create some files so that I can check them in. So I'm going to go ahead and create just a simple home page. And again, this is in a Dreamweaver demo, so yeah, but long story short, I'm creating a website homepage. Pretty simple stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and create this. And if you're familiar with Dreamweaver, this will look very familiar, but I'm just going to go ahead and put in here kind of the equivalent of a hello world, but welcome to my website or my site. All right, exclamation, because I'm super excited because I created a website. So let's go ahead and save this. So and go ahead and give it, you know, an index.html. If you're familiar with websites, that's a pretty common way to save your home page. All right, so I have saved that. I'm going to switch over to GitHub Desktop, and look, it has already captured that I have added a file. So I'm going to go ahead and label some metadata here, provide a description of what action I'm doing, and then add a little bit more descriptive. And this is helpful, so if you're looking back through, especially if you're working in a huge team, it's helpful to have really good descriptions that can help people understand what you were trying to do. It's kind of silly when it's just yourself, but even then, over time, you'll forget why you made certain things. So I am going to go ahead and upload that, and you'll see that I've committed that. But when I came out to the site and I look at it, it's not here. And this is kind of how GitHub works. I have to do something else. I have to push it to the repository. So I'm pushing it out there to the repository, and now I have fully committed it. You can see the file out there now in my repository on github.com. And you click on the file, you can go ahead and look at the contents of the file. So it's pretty cool. So that's the first version of that file. Now I want to go ahead. Apparently my boss didn't like the welcome to my site ! Felt it wasn't descriptive enough of what's going on. So I'm going to add a little bit more content. And so I'm going to go ahead and type this in, surround it with a nice paragraph tag. Go ahead and clean this up just a hair. There we go. All right, I have now modified my site to be super awesome. I'm going to go ahead and save this. Okay, and same thing like last time. Notice it detected that I added a line that wasn't there before, and it's kind of showing you the difference there with that little plus mark showing you that's now new. So now I'm going to go ahead and provide a description of what I've done. So, yep, wanted to provide some descriptive content of what is actually going on and how this change was so necessary. So I'm going to go ahead and commit that to my master, but I still need to then push it out there, so it does push it up to the repository. So now I'm going to go check it and show you that it has changed. See, now you can see my changes to my code being pushed out there, and you can kind of see the different versions. And if you wanted to kind of look at what the file was before here, you can kind of see this is the old history, the old version of that file, and then back to the new version. So let's say that now my boss really didn't like it, and so I was kind of like, you know what? To hell with you all. I'm quitting my job and I'm going to upload my nice little message to management before I'm done here. So, and, you know, and I really know how to drive the dagger home and tell them this is the worst company ever. You know, and save that, and I'm going to push that out to GitHub as my last act of defiance because they didn't like my website. So I'm going to go ahead, and you can see here, notice the deletions. It's showing me what's changed between my files. So we'll go ahead and we'll push that out there after I, of course, do my updates as to why I'm uploading this. But, and I'm going to give them a little wish of encouragement for them to be able to remove this from the website, because I don't know much about GitHub. So I'm going to push that out there and go check my little dirty work that I've put out there. So here we go. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and refresh this and show you. Alright, now I have that file that's been committed, and obviously, you know, the company is not happy about this. Now, theoretically, there'd be other developers on here, but it really, to show you, what I do is I just right-click on this, revert this commit, and I got to push it up there. The way GitHub treats this is it's just another change to the source code. It doesn't try to roll back, it just rolls forward. So anyway, when I go ahead and refresh this out on the site, and it shows that comment of that I had reverted it, but you can see back to the original source code, but maintains the history. So that is GitHub, a very simple, oversimplified view of GitHub. I welcome you to go out there and look. There are millions of projects out there on GitHub. It's a fantastic repository, very useful if you're a developer, and very useful if you're trying to build DevOps pipelines. So this is Aaron, the Practical Tech, and I hope you enjoyed it.